am Chuchi Rivero and I'm a chef cinematographer. The whole idea of becoming a chef started many years ago. Actually, you start playing around with it, right? As a cinematographer, I've worked with many top international renowned chefs, such as Ingrid Hoffman, Emma Lagasse, Giada De Laurenti. So they all kind of were an inspiration for me. As a cinematographer, I was involved only from the other side of the camera. So I would see the creation, but I wasn't part of that dish creation. Before moving to Toronto, I started making friends. So I became friends with Chef Jesus and Sylvia, owners of the Julian's Cuban Cafe. So when we moved here, it was funny because we ended up having New Year's Eve on their home that first night. And then days after, I said, look, if you guys need any help, please let me know. And I ended up cooking out during the winter, and I ended up working with executive chef Adam Ferguson, my very good friend. And that was also an inspiration. So he ended up leaving to the Caribbean, and I ended up being co-chef at Julian's Cuban Cafe. Now, the chef and the cinematographer were having a battle. So who was going to do what and when? And it occurred to us that we would create some kind of service, whether it's a cafe or something. We definitely wanted to be part of the community somehow. We wanted to bring our culture. We wanted to bring our food. We wanted to do something. How can we help? How can we be? How can we show up? That's one of the greatest things that I can live by, is the famous two words, show up. And that's how we created the Cuban thing in October 2020. The pandemic is a terrible thing, but it just so happens, like everything in life, you're gonna have stops in the way. And while COVID was going on, we were moving forward. The idea, we started throwing it back and forth. My wife and I, Patty, we started tossing ideas, and we're always bouncing ideas off each other. And that's the way we come up with stuff. I come up with some craziness and I tell her, and then she says no, and she'll come back and give me her ideas, what did happen. And here where I have to always admit that faith is always in the forefront of what we do. So we moved forward, everything started falling in place. We found people that believed in our idea, in what we were doing, what we were bringing to Toronto. Finally, you're gonna open. So, and that was funny because up to now, for like 2 months, we were promoting and marketing. When people kept saying, so where are you? You're all my Miami buddies and Miami people, and even from California, where's the restaurant? Where's the truck? How can I get there? And we didn't have anything. But what we did is we created this experience. And that's really what we want. We just want people to feel an emotion that it's not just about the food, but it's about, we're bringing this culture, we bring a 90-year-old tradition to the market, and you know what, the best part about it is that we get to share it with people. One of the things that turns me on the most as a cinematographer and now as a chef is the relationship building between us and the community, and that is the best thing of all. So the basis of my kitchen is Cuban food. So because of my background, I'm Cuban born, raised in Miami, and now I'm here in Toronto. And so what I wanted to do was bring a little flavor from the island and a lot of color from Miami. So to create the Cuban thing, I had to go through a lot of research. And we're not talking a few months, we're talking about years of research. And I had to go through many websites and speaking to many people in the city of Toronto to make sure that we did everything by the book. And we had extremely great help from the city. The city of Toronto was super helpful. Actually, the truth is that we've gotten help from everybody. Our vendor, Totera Fine Foods, Totera with Mike and his family. So I had to learn and sit down with Mike, which they were, at Totera, they were exceptional with us. And the same thing with Chovetti and his team, right? And Derek's wife. They've been all very helpful to our process. So everybody comes together to make us happen. We opened up at Hillcrest Mall with street eats, and which they were super helpful to us, and we couldn't have asked for a better place to start. I mean, joining up with Phil and the Street Eats Market people, and they were all very kind and very open and super helpful and welcoming. There's a very important factor in all this, which is the emotional part, right? And the emotional part means that people can inspire you by saying, when they taste your food, they write back to you and they say, oh my God, how wonderful that was. Or, I've never had a frita like that. I've never had tostones that taste like that. Wow, you guys, are you gonna start selling the cilantro mojo sauce? Which we do. And then you create new dishes. And so in a way, you're helping the small business to keep motivated, creating things, and to keep each other going. Traveling around the world for over 40 years as a camera guy, as a director, or director of photography, has given me the blessing to have traveled many parts of the world. And from each culture and from each location, there's a uniqueness there. So there's a uniqueness in the eating habits and the flavors. If anything, I've taken all that and they've all come together, and that's part of the motivation for the chef part. There's the Cuban thing, which is our Cuban culture and authenticity that we bring to the mobile food truck. But as Chuchi the chef, we bring all those travels and all those flavors, and they have helped me to move forward as a chef. In order to create one dish that would be the ultimate dish, I think maybe I'd be limiting myself. I think I'd rather think of it as I will create many dishes for many experiences where people have many emotions about them. The next step for the Cuban thing is that we keep making people happy, that we keep motivating people, that people come and not just try our truck, but support the local mobile trucks, the local businesses. We are in Scarborough now. We are in Scarborough in the town center. Come visit us, come visit everybody that's there. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of great things happening. It's fun. It's a happy place. So to be precise of what's next, I don't have an answer for that. What I do have an answer for is that I'm gonna keep on doing it passionately, and if that says anything, then it's only wonderful things to come. Because up to now, because of the passion, because of the motivation, because we've been showing up, everything has been occurring. So all we have to do is keep doing the same. Keep being passionate, keep getting up, keep showing up, and only spectacular things will happen. Creativity is a capacity to dream with your heart and eyes open. That's it.